welcome back to my channel. Last week we talked about, I talked about basically what my channel is going to be about, and I told you guys it's going to be the whole event planning process, but the real nitty-gritty type stuff. But this week we are basically going to jump right into it. This past week, being an event planner, let me say first, sometimes you have to plan like way ahead. So with this event, I kind of have been planning a little early, but I'm going to do a whole recap first. And then once we get past the recap, we will jump into the R.S.V.P stuff, making invitations, and things in that nature. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So one of the most important parts of starting to plan any event is a checklist. A checklist will help stay organized and on task. If you're a busy person like me, juggling school, work, extra activities, constant event planning, and maintaining somewhat of a social life, a checklist and a calendar is your very best friend. At this moment, I can tell that I was trying to make the list in order, which is good, but it's also okay to go back and write something in. If you're just starting out and you don't have a specific routine yet, it's natural that things will pop up later in your mind and then you'll go back and fill it in. As long as you have the big important things on the list, the small things will fall into place. As stated before, we will be discussing the invitations and RSVP methods that I came up with, which will later on help as far as the budgeting and the number count. At the top of my list, I have to find a date and a time. Usually, if this was a client's event, they would probably already have this in mind. However, this is my family's holiday party, and we have family flying in from west coast of the country. Therefore, it only made sense to pick the date while they would be here. So after talking to our West Coast fam about dates and calling around for venues, we were finally able to select a date, December 4th, 2020. And we'll also be having a cousin party. I may or may not film that. Maybe as a bonus feature, we'll see. But now we are ready to begin our invitation. For this event, I'm doing a virtual invitation. This way I can send the invitation straight to their phones, and this helps save money as far as ordering the actual card invitations and paying to mail them out. My favorite go-to app to make any invitation would be the Canva app. They have so many options as far as what type of invitations or maybe flyers. They go ahead and format the flyer to the size that best fits the social media that you intend to put on, which is definitely amazing. They already have so many templates as well for you to pick from also. It is best to buy the premium version to unlock all the templates, fonts, and images. But as we all know, I am a college student, therefore I have to save every penny I have right now. But once I really start getting some clients and things in that nature, that premium package will definitely be mine. So as you can see, after scanning through the options of what they've provided, I decided to make things 10 times easier for me by searching Christmas invitations. That way the background already fits the theme of Christmas. There were so many options to pick from. Having a lot of options can honestly be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Me personally, I can get overwhelmed when there's just so many to pick from because I can't decide which one to pick. But if you give me about 5, maybe 10 options, I can pick the best one that I like personally. But that's just me personally. So after going through all of the Christmas templates, I narrowed it down to 3 and finally decided on the one that caught my eye the most and the one that I felt matched the vibe of the party. I had a rough draft set to the side as a reference when entering the information on my new invitation, What also makes this easier is having your information saved somewhere, like your notes. That way you can copy and paste the information instead of retyping the entire invitation. Also, to explain the name of the party, our last name is Little and Brown, so that's why I went with something simple as A Little Brown Christmas. I decided to make one big group chat on Facebook Messenger simply because this is the easiest way we all communicate in my family. Also, this helps me keep track of who is viewing the messages and who hasn't gotten a chance to view them. For some reason, iPhones and Androids don't receive the same quality of images. I didn't realize it until after I sent the first invitation that the small print could have came out blurry on their phones. So I quickly went back and made a bigger and bolder print so the Android phones could see the important information. In case you guys couldn't see in the screenshots, here was my final creation of the invitation. Overall, my advice as far as beginning steps to planning an event will be to make sure you buy a calendar to keep track of dates, make an overall checklist for things to plan. You may run into making a sub list, which is pretty common to happen as well. Sub list would be like, you have a food menu, and then within the food menu, like how many people, just a smaller list, a list within a list. It will also make deadlines when getting people to R.S.V.P. This will make it 10 times easier for the planner and to help people being invited make prior arrangements. I hope this was helpful in any kind of way. I hope you guys can see that it's okay to make mistakes when you're first starting out like me. Just learn to fix them and learn from them, basically. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.